boxing is back, baby. After a 2-year absence, fitness boxing is back in the ring with a sequel. Fitness Boxing 2. Does the sequel knock out the competition, such as Ring Fit Adventure or Zumba Burn It Up, or does it need more time in the training room? What's going on, everybody? My name is Jack Jenkins, and welcome to my YouTube channel, and welcome to Fitness Game Reviews, a series where I play a fitness game for 30 days to see if it's worth your time or not. Today I'm going to be playing Fitness Boxing for the Nintendo Switch for 30 days. Let's run that intro.
For self-improvement, crafts, and fitness games, go ahead and turn on YouTube and watch Jack.
Let me first start off with my impressions when I saw the trailer. When Nintendo first showed that there would be a Fitness Boxing 2 during their whole Nintendo Direct, I was super excited. I was like, a sequel to Fitness Boxing. First, because it will be my first time doing a sequel of mine for the fitness game reviews. Secondly, because there were so many things that needed to be improved on for the first game.
Straight! Try to visualize engaging your core. Straight! Now, dab!
I'm not going to go over in detail, so go ahead and watch my review of the first one linked below. Once the trailer started, I was pretty disappointed, as everything I mentioned that needed to be added wasn't. There wasn't a story mode, the song list was still super small and disappointing, you couldn't create a custom workout, so on and so forth. However, once I played the game, I realized I was right. This game is a giant disappointment, and I'll get into why after my first day impressions.
Ready? 1, 2, dab! 1, 2, aim! Boom, boom!
Got done with fitness boxing downstairs for my first day, and it's pretty much the exact same game. I mean, there's more options, there's more fitness instructors, there's not that many songs, it doesn't look like there's that many new workouts. I'll see if it gets any better, but so far it just feels pretty much like Fitness Boxing 1.3. Not going to be worth the money, to be honest, based off of the first impression, but continue to play it. Now, to be fair, this isn't totally true. The game does have some differences and some improvements. For example, the 2-player mode is an excellent addition to this game. As you can see with some of the footage, I definitely had some multiplayer fun boxing along with my girlfriend with me. There aren't any modes or special competition fun things or anything like that, but just having someone to play the game with me is just a huge bonus. Another great thing this game does is it gives you the option to do 2 players with 1 Joy-Con for each person. Meaning if you haven't bought an additional controllers, you can still have fun with multiplayer. Again, this is a great addition and one that may greatly influence your purchase if you have anyone to play with. If you're alone, then
Twist right and left. Here we go. Ready. Use your core when you twist. Ready. Twist. Punch. Keep your elbow at 9.
There are also a few changes to the overlay as well. First, there's this visual icon that shows you for your movement, so you can quickly, get back on track if you're out of sync when bopping along. It would be cool to have the Joy-Con emit a small rumble like it does in Zumba Burn It Up, but having a visual cue could be enough for some people. The scoring has also been improved by giving you a bonus for completing a combo correctly. It's a small incentive, but it's one nonetheless. There isn't a section for high score in the overlay, so if you have played the song twice, you have to wait till the end to see if you've progressed at all.
Ready. Right. Straight. Ready. Weave.
The overall graphics have been improved by switching to a flat layout design compared to the cartoony one like the first game. Holding up Fitness Boxing 1 and Fitness Boxing 2 side by side, you can definitely see that the sequel is better looking. Also, you now have distinct environments for your characters to box in, rather than like different random geometries like in the first game. There are only 6 environments, which is far too little, but it's somewhat of an improvement at least.
Do it!
Ready. 1, 2. Jab. Hook.
Okay, aim!
1, 2. Jab. Hook.
There are quite a few improvements elsewhere in the game. The menu seems much less cluttered than in the first game. You can also switch over to the Imperial system if you are from McDonald's land like me, which is good because the first one was in kilograms. I'm like, what is this? This is gibberish to me. The game also boosts 3 new characters, Janice, Hyro, and Karen. They are an excellent addition to the cast, and the old characters also have a few new lines to say in the game, but it's still not enough as they frequently say the same lines over and over again.
Hook! Focus!
1, 2. Jab. Hook. Nice punch.
All right, that's good.
Other improvements, including a brand new achievement system to motivate you to try different items. Basically, you complete a task such as stretching 10 times. Doing so will give you tickets, which you can then buy new clothes for your instructor. It's another great improvement to the game that can help motivate you to work out. There is also a new deep stretching mode that gives you 10 full minutes of like just stretching goodness, just twist the sides, you gotta get the legs all good. Trust me, that mode definitely gets me all loose during my lunch break, as I usually play this game during when I work. I work from home, so don't think I'm like bringing my Switch to an office or something, because otherwise they'll see me like punching and being like, come on, boss. You can also disable specific exercises that you don't want to do, which is another welcome improvement. There is also a big button that takes you to the Switch store. As I played it during December and early January, all they had as DLC for the No Mercy mode for the different characters, but I assume more will be coming down in the pipeline.
Uppercut, we'll go quickly now. Ready, duck, uppercut, ready stance, duck, uppercut, yes.
I know what you're thinking. I just spent the last 10 minutes talking about all these improvements in the game. You must love it then. Well, I don't. And that's the main reason why, is that it's not enough of an improvement to matter. If this game was marketed as Fitness Boxing Deluxe and was like $20 for those who have already purchased Fitness Boxing, I would be praising this game. Instead, it's marketed as a full sequel for $50. $10 more than Zumba Burn It Up. And like that game, this game does not have the content to justify the price. Especially since this one is essentially a copy from the first game.
Nice punch. Up, uppercut, straight, big motions, ready, punch, dodge it, right, left.
First, my big complaint about the songs being crap and being so few of them, well, guess what? They gave us 3 additional more of them. And they're the same MIDI song garbage. For example, listen to this cover of YMCA by the Village People. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, isn't it? Now, just in your head, imagine it for 11 minutes on a loop. Now, imagine playing it 3 or 4 times a week because there's not enough songs in the game otherwise. Imagine that. I mean, yeah, you can switch it out for a different song, but that song is still going to be another one you've heard 10 times, and it's going to be like the same MIDI, crappy instrumental that like a 5-year-old would frickin' play. It just gives me a headache. They could have just added all the songs from the previous game, so you had 40 of them. I mean, it will still be bad covers of them, but at least you won't have to hear the same ones over and over and over again, just because there will be more variety. But there's not. There's only 23, so you just don't have enough variety to get you through a month, let alone more than that. The controls are still broken. Some actions, such as the hook, definitely seem to work better. Others, like the side steps, seem to have gotten worse. I can't for the life of me get it to register unless I actively just shake the controllers when I move. They've had like 2 years to fix this, and they haven't. The controls are literally copied and pasted over with minor adjustments for some worse experience. The instructors still have the same robotic voice, sounds like a first take from like an amateur actor.
Jab, duck. Adding uppercuts. Ready. 1, 2, 1, 2. Duck, uppercut. Jab, duck, uppercut.
The voiceover for one of the instructors, I believe it's Lynn, had a different voice actor, so some of the lines are said by a completely another person. It goes from like, hey, that's a good job. It was like, hey, that's a good job. I'm like, what the heck? Why did your voice get so much deeper? I just want them to shut up. But I just had to keep them on when I recorded the screenplay because that's how the game was meant to be played. The bad music and bad voice acting means that your TV's audio is just throwing trash straight at you. It might as well just play the game on mute. It was terrible in the first game, and no improvements have been made, which is a shame, because this concept has such a good idea.
Into left-right weaving. It's important to stay light. I'm not gonna go easy on you.
The No Mercy that was advertised is actually just DLC, which means the game was rushed to release. At least that's what it seems like for me. I mean, it makes sense because this was probably due to the pandemic. I know Japan has been greatly infected by that, but they could just delay the game. You know, this isn't Cyberpunk 2077. People wouldn't be mad if this game was postponed. Like, oh no, fitness boxing? What am I gonna do? No one's gonna say that. When I played the No Mercy mode, it basically just repeats the combo for a third round with the instructor sounding more constipated than angry. Like, give me some more. I'm like, you're not doing anything.
Give me more. Let it off. Big movements. We're still going. Snap your hips with a punch. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There are only 6 environments, which means you'll see the same locations over and over and over. Many of the exercise and clothes are carried from the first game with not many additional improvements. The idea of just boxing to unlock clothing could have been expanded upon to songs and stages, but nope, that was in the first game, and copy and paste can only do so much. You know, you only had 2 years. Only got 2 years. You know, I've written entire programs in 2 years, but you only got 2. When you import the data from the first game, the streaks don't get added. Only your weight history and some other data is carried over, which is worthless. It doesn't even bring what you've unlocked, which should have been the first thing the developer should have added, which means you have to play through all the exercises you played for the first game again in the sequel and unlock them all again. I'm sorry for ranting, but it feels like I just wasted $50 on this game. And I'm not alone. I went onto the Reddit for this game. There's posts, and one of the most popular posts is on how much disappointing this game is. Let's get to the 30-day impression. So I just got done with my final and last day of fitness boxing, and let me tell you, thank goodness. This game, it's a good workout, but there's just not enough meat on the bones, and that's a problem with a lot of these fitness games. Other than really Ring Fit, is a lot of these games don't really have that much content to sustain 30 days straight of playing. And I go on the Reddit for like fitness boxing, and I see people play for 500 plus days. I'm like, how did you do that in a row? I'm doing it for 30 and I'm so tired. There's just not enough content for me, man. And I guess I can fix it with mini games and all that other stuff. But basically, my impressions of fitness boxing is it's pretty much the first game with a new, fresh coat of paint with some improvements, but not enough to justify your purchase. Unless that multiplayer is really big for you, because I had fun doing it with my girlfriend, even though she's not a huge fan of it. Overall, if you have the first game, I wouldn't purchase it unless that multiplayer is really speaking to you. If you haven't purchased the first game, then honestly, I don't know if you should buy it either. In 2 years since this game released, we have gotten 2 new Just Dances, Zumba Burn It Up, and Ring Fit Adventure. Both of those two, the Zumba Burn It Up and Just Dance, have satisfied that rhythm fitness type game more than this one, at least for me. And at least both of those have better songs and can be usually found cheaper. Maybe in the future they'll discount it, but for now, you can get Zumba Fitness with actual licensed songs cheaper. I couldn't recommend these games unless you have already played those, or you like the idea of boxing as a fitness tool. And let me get this straight. The boxing is an excellent workout. I sweated during this game, and I used to box back when I was in high school, and before I was fat and I was still fit. There just hasn't been a game that packaged that experience of boxing yet into a video game. Maybe Fitness Boxing 3 will come out and become amazing, or possibly there'll be like a DLC or an update that overhauls the game and points it to the right direction. Until then, there's a market for boxing games that needs to be filled, and it needs to be filled with something amazing.
Good job!
So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm not doing a what I want in a sequel, since I'll be a repeat of my first video. Overall, I wouldn't recommend this game. It did give me a sweat, it did give me a workout, but honestly, it's not much of an improvement to cost your money. Here's my sheet for playing this game. If you guys want, I recommend you download this sheet and try playing this game for 30 days yourself and see if I'm wrong. Who knows? Maybe this one game will make you change your life. Probably not, though. If you like this video, then subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that like button. Follow me on Twitter at TrueJackJank. Lastly, have a fantastic day, everyone. You guys are all amazing.